range, and teams know that. And defenses are going to scheme against that. In the first half, the game of basketball is about adjustments. The first half, they were making things difficult for Trae. You go in at halftime, you look at the way that they're playing you, and you come out and you make the adjustment. And that's what Atlanta did, and that's what Trae did. And continue on that path of trying to make the playoffs.
Yeah, if you're just with us, the Clippers were basically taking away the three from Trae Young in the first half. He didn't even attempt one until just over 2 minutes left in that first half, wound up hitting 3 of 7. You also have to have teammates who can make shots when you're double teamed, and that happened late in the game. They double teamed Trae, took it out of his hands. It swung a couple of times to Kevin Huerter, who hit a 3 and made it an 8-point game.
Yes, it is about making that extra pass. And as you get older and more mature in the game, you know, a lot of the offense, and it still rests on Trae's shoulders, but it also, when you sometimes get your teammates going, then the defense has to collapse and relax and, respect them as well. And it makes it easier for you. And to see Huerter, we know he's an amazing shooter. To knock down that 3, I think it was able to kind of open things up for Atlanta. And especially you're hitting the 3 ball, you're able to get to the paint better, kind of like what affects what, defense or offense? It's the same thing. When you drive the ball, you're going to get better 3-point looks. When you knock it down from outside, you're going to get better shots at the basket.
730-point game of the season for Trae Young. They're 5-2 in those games. Hawks did a lot of good things. I know Kawhi Leonard and Paul George weren't on the floor for the Clippers tonight, so you take advantage of the schedule in front of you. But the Hawks did a number of good things in terms of game management, in terms of eventually hitting shots, because it was a slow start for both teams offensively, and on the defensive end, where they are much improved, vastly improved over last season, including 9 blocks.
Well, a lot of people don't take the stat of 19 rebounds for Clint Capella as defense. And to me, in order to close out a possession, you have to get the defensive board. And so his defensive rebounding, and honestly, his activity, whether it's blocking shots, whether it's altering shots, whether it's coming up with the rebound, Clint Capella is really impacting the Hawks on that end of the floor. And thus, it's impacting it on the offensive end because they're able to get out in transition and they're rewarding the big men. And with that, it is fun to play with a guy like Trae Young that is able to find you on the offensive end. So yes, the Hawks are doing an outstanding job. Obviously, you can only play the people that are in front of you. Paul George and Kawhi did not play, but the Hawks did not let that affect their level of play. And in fact, they rose their level of play to play against streaking, I would say, Clippers team.
Clint Capella, by the way, the first Hawk with 5 straight games of 15 rebounds or more since Dikembe Mutombo. It's been a while since a Hawk had pulled down boards at that kind of rate. No. Yes. Clint Capella. Let's check in on Utah.